Hi. Hey,
Hey, Lindsay.
what you having to drink?
I'm having some coffee, and there's this rum that I get. It's it's a good one. It's a damn hazelnut rum. Yeah, hazelnut rum and coffee. That's what I'm having. Yes, I had to put it all together because I am tired. I'm wore out. I don't know.
Yeah, we've had anniversary weekend. It's our 14th anniversary of being together
Yeah,
and 2 years being married. And we did the thing. We did Epcot and Hollywood Studios.
and all the pool stuff at the
Yeah,
place
at
we
the
stayed
resort.
at. Yeah, it was fun. It was good. It's good stuff.
Well, there was parts that were not fun. Jesse signed us up to listen to a seminar
Well,
to get free stuff. I really didn't like it at all. I was not a fan. I don't like being uncomfortable in a negotiation conversation.
Not used to having that business conversation, I guess.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all. But it's all over and we still had a great time and we did get some free shit. So that's cool. We got to have lunch and drinks on
The things.
their dime. So
Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, so today we are recapping Dorothea Puente. How did you feel about that case? What were your
Broken.
thoughts?
Broken. Yeah.
Completely broken.
Yeah, I mean, they were the digging the holes for themselves.
I know.
Yeah.
That part
yeah.
was horribly rough. And you didn't ask me, but I'm having a green apple. Is it green White Claw? Yeah, green apple White Claw.
Sorry, I'm still gathering here.
Gathering your thoughts and all your things. Hello, TikTok joiners. We are recapping true crime case about Dorothea Puente.
Yes.
And this is Jesse.
Yeah, come
This
party.
is Alan. Yeah.
This is Alan. Come party with us.
Yes. So, Dorothea, she was born in 1929. Her maiden name was Gray. And she was born to Trudy May and Jesse James. And they lived in Redlands, California, and they were terrible people. Jesse and Trudy. I don't know why they had 7 children, but they did, and because they didn't treat any of them well. These kids were made to pretty much take care of themselves.
Right.
And depend on families to feed them, like neighboring families, which were of the Mexican and Latina community. The Hispanic community is specifically what it said in my research. And so, yeah, they weren't good people. And Jesse James, he was a World War I veteran, and he had been exposed to mustard gas. This did a lot on his physical and mental health. Mustard gas, talk about it. You know a lot about the mustard gas exposure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was written out of the Geneva Convention as far as using it for warfare because of how inhumane it was.
Yeah.
I mean, the vile things that it did to people that got in contact with it was just
What
horrifically-
does it do to you?
horrifically destructive.
I know it can help hurt your lungs, but what does
yeah,
it do to you?
the vomiting and just everything imploding inside of you while you're inhaling it is just really not that cool.
Gotta go.
We got to run some kids out. Children just walked in looking at us like, what are we doing here?
And we already told
And
them.
we're just going to keep hanging on here. And we done told them to leave like 5 times before we started.
Yeah.
So, kids being kids. Hey, I'm gonna close that blind over there because it's bright.
Okay. So he did. Now, Jesse, he received some money from the army, but not enough to support his family. And unfortunately, this made Trudy have to go to work. And, well, I guess that's not really unfortunate because we're all living in a 2-income
Not better.
household now, like necessarily. And, but she had to turn to sex work.
I'm like Air from Men in Black. Is that butter? I was fixing sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
So she turns to this, and I mean, these kids are already neglected enough, but they continue to be neglected. And I mean, they're out like working in farm stuff. Dorothea was the youngest of 7. Did I say that already? I'm not sure.
Yeah, she was the youngest.
Dorothea was the youngest of 7. And because she was like in the streets and just kind of fending for herself with her siblings, they were exposed to horrible things. And unfortunately, she was sexually assaulted at a young age. You can feel sorry for the child, as I do say, but
yeah, when they grow up, they be the salad has just gotten overwhelmingly horrific.
well, Jesse James, he would end up dying of tuberculosis in 1937. And this is a highly contagious, is it disease or flu type?
Yeah, TB.
Tuberculosis is like
airbound,
a flu.
airborne. Yeah.
So everybody had to be in quarantine. And then when they get out of quarantine, their mother's gone. She took off with a motorcycle gang. And then literally the next year, she died in a motorcycle accident.
And I didn't know that motorcycles have been around since the 1800s. Like,
Yeah, Jesse was like, what motorcycles were being driven in 1938? And we looked them up, and they were nice.
They had
He was
full-on beautiful bikes. I thought those bikes were from the 60s. I don't know why, but the 30s model bikes, them bikes was hot, dude. They were really nice. Damn.
Very nice. And I mean, and we should have known that because we talked about somebody riding a motorcycle in the 20s at one point.
We did, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Holy shit.
But, and he didn't even question me then. But, because he was like, are you sure you got that right? Pretty much. I was like, yeah, I did. But anyways, so all the siblings, some of them were close to being grown, but Dorothea was not. And the younger ones had to go to an orphanage, and Dorothea would be exposed to sexual assault there as well.
Yeah.
Now,
and honestly, you can check all of that out if you check out our audio that we did on this. This is just the recap. So anybody that's just now listening or whatever, definitely go back. We're gonna tell all the things here. Definitely go back and check out our previous episodes
audio,
and
yes.
the full audio on this one, because we get deep into detail. Well, Lindsay does. I just ride the wave, which, I crash.
just skim through my notes on the recap. So, but yeah, for full coverage, full story, for Jesse's organic reactions, because he knows nothing about any of these cases that I cover until I tell him to it.
Yeah, and I crash so many times because of so many waves keep coming by Lindsay.
And by the way, this is what we call raw, uncut, and unedited drink about something.
Or drunk
about something,
yeah.
where we've already been drinking.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we have drinks during the episode, and then we recap them when we're drunk. So when Dorothea was 16, like, family had tried to do their best to help out with these kids, and it didn't work out. So I'm sorry, I'm going to have to get on to some kids real quick.
Yeah, they don't get attention while we're in the middle of doing things that we told them to stay out of the house from. So they're still like looking for attention. I need your attention. I need it right now. I need it right now. They're supposed to be going out and playing. We're like, hey, go out and play a little bit. Give some adults some adulting. Not that we're being selfish, I don't think, because they'll be like up our butt like all day long. It's just part of parenting, right? Yeah. Is it? Yeah. But no, we just don't want them to hear none of our stuff. Yeah.
Them to hear our very mature topics here. So, anyways, back to the recap. So, Dorothea, she's 16. She's a runaway. She goes off and she turns to sex work herself to survive. And she meets a World War II veteran because they're coming out of war and they're looking for the company of women. And his name is Fred McFall. She met him in Washington. And now, by this time, Dorothea has come up with these crazy scenarios of what her life story is. She doesn't talk about her real life story. She talks about the one that she has made up in her head. Are you getting her shot glass?
I'm looking.
She's right there. Nope. She's right there. Right beside my Dexter coaster. Blue bottom. Yeah, there you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, people of the gallery, if you will, this is Dorothea.
That's Dorothea.
And
Here, hold on.
yeah, she was going to show you a little bit closer.
So there for the TikTok. Oh, and you can see it in the YouTube camera as well.
Yeah.
So this is handcrafted by Elizabeth Kohler, and it's EAK Creations on Instagram. She's awesome. She sets up at like horror cons and creepy cons, things like that. And do you see the little social security check in the purse?
do.
Like,
Yeah.
she goes into detail. So she's going to join the party.
Set this back here.
Yeah, you got to put her back there to be seen.
Yes.
Okay, so she marries Fred, and they do like an elopement in Reno, and at first, like, Fred thinks that all her little stories are really cute. Now she says that she grew up in Mexico, that she is actually part of the Hispanic community, and that was all lies. And at first he thought all of her little grandiose stories were cute, and then he was like, girl, are you mentally ill? Like, what's happening?
Yeah,
So-
she doesn't look the part too. If you get where I'm coming from.
she does not look.
She does not look the part at all. I was like, what? No, what?
Now, her marriage certificate to Fred said that her name was Sherry Al Rasil and she was 30 years old. So she was going by different identities also. So she goes on, and I had to think. Oh, so they have 2 kids, and in 1946 and 1948, and she basically becomes her mother. She gives both of those babies up. One went to go live with a relative, and the other one she gave up for adoption right after birth without her husband even knowing.
Yeah, and that was his breaking point.
Yes.
He
And
was
then
like,
he was
dude,
like, I'm
out.
done.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm gone.
And before we go any further, Lindsay, on the lives over here, get your people in here. Lindsay's fixing to really dump it, like the whole thing. Like, it's fixing to be,
Yes.
it really cranks up right here.
Well, like I told you, I always do a little, like a little headliner.
Yeah,
We're
so it's
discussing.
got a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring your folks in because it's fixing to get insane in the membrane.
So she starts to do some forgery type work. This will like set the tone here. So she was first arrested. So she started forging checks and was sentenced to like 6 months in prison and 3 years probation. Now, while she was in prison for this, she did not learn a thing. She actually just perfected her craft. And when she gets out, she's going by the name Taya Singala Niarda. And this is a persona of an Egyptian and Israeli descent, like a Muslim of Egyptian and Israeli descent. And then she marries a merchant seaman. Now she's marrying these guys under assumed identities, basically. So she marries Axel Brand Johansson, and they live in San Francisco. He's a seaman, so he's gone a lot, and that's perfect for Dorothea. So while he's out doing his job, you know, she's still basically she's still in the company of many men. She is spending his money like crazy. She likes to gamble. Let's see, what else did I write down that she liked to do? Yeah, she was basically gambling away his money. And now she had told Fred, she was only 20 at this point. She had told, not Fred, but Axel, that she was an ex-Rockette, a world-renowned chef. She's 20 years old. Bless her heart. And she opens a booking business, but it's actually a brothel. And this brothel, you could get, you know, a little special. We talk about that in the episode. And you got to have a code for that. And when she gets arrested, because there's like a whole sting operation to bring this down. When she gets arrested, she was like, I was in a brothel? Like, what? Even though she was the main lady. But whatever, girl.
Yeah, always ask for the 750 special.
Now, her and Axel did stay married for about 10 years. But like I said, he was gone for most of that. And I am swollen. I'm trying to relieve the tension in my finger.
Dude, the whole weekend, like, I've been swollen, but now, well, never mind, it's back again. Guess who's back?
Swollen. So Axel, he finally gets enough. He gets, at first though, before the divorce, he does have her committed. And this is for binge drinking, lying, criminal behavior, and suicide attempts. And she was diagnosed as a pathological liar and with an unstable personality. So then they divorced. This is 1966. She changed her identity again to Sharon Johansson. She kept Johansson, but changed her first name. And she gets married again. And this is the name that she will keep pretty much forever, to Roberto Jose Puente. And this marriage only lasted about 16 months. I'm pretty sure it was a green card situation. And then he left and went back to Mexico. But during this time, she has created a boarding house. Oh yeah, she's a devout Christian now at this point. I forgot about that.
No, yeah, we talk about it in the
yes. So she's created a boarding house for alcoholics, boop, and young women who needed sanctuary from abuse. And she gets like sponsorships and things like that. This girl knows how to work the system. And so I don't know when she changed from one boarding house to another, but she gets another boarding house. And this one is a Victorian house. And this is pretty much where she will stay and continue to thrive in that business.
Yeah, she's got her jump, jive, and wheel going on. Then she starts taking on people that have like psychological problems and things like that. Because I don't know if you can see this, but she's looking for checks. They're right here.
She becomes these people's social security disability check. She becomes their benefactor.
Yeah, their bank.
Yeah, and she takes their money.
Yeah, and it's her bank whenever all the checks come rolling in.
And she's donating to like all these amazing programs to help the homeless, to help the needy. But she's doing it on these people's social security checks.
Right.
And she's like, she even gets up there with like governors and the Reagans, and like she gets a lot of really high powered friends along the way.
She gets to hobnob with all the uppers because she's doing like what looks like amazing humanity work by using their money. But at the same time, it's all a come up for this one. It's all a come up because she's living like lavish life and doing lot of come up things in her house and for herself. All about her and her and her, right?
So we're going to fast forward to pretty much, I'm going to name her victims, but I want you guys to go listen to the episode to get the full details on what happens. So her victims will end up being, so we've got Malcolm McKenzie. Let's see here. Ruth. What was Ruth's last name? Ruth Monroe. Dorothy Osborne. And then Everson Gilmuth. She had a handyman build a box for that poor guy. And then, so we've got Betty Mae Palmer, Leona Carpenter, James Gallup, Eugene Gamil, Vera Faye Martin, Dorothy Miller. Let's see.
And these are the waves that Lindsay kept cracking on me when we did the episode.
Missing
right?
What's in one or two?
Oh yeah, and the gardener and the
So Chief.
Yeah.
So Chief, and then hold on, let me flip my page here. Okay, and then Alvera, who went by Bert, and I think, I'm not going to say that's it, but I think that is the end. A couple of these poor men ended up digging their own graves. And like one, her handyman Chief, like he thought that he was helping bury people who were dying naturally, because most people that came to her boarding house were senior citizens and were in poor health, or so she said. So he thought that he was helping bury these bodies so she could continue to receive the money. He did not know what was actually happening. And unfortunately, he would never find out. And this woman I can't remember how old she was. She was in her 60s when she was finally caught. And like I said, go back, listen to our full episode. It is our episode 70.
70.
And this is, if you Google image a picture of this woman, your jaw will drop. Like, it was even hard for me. Like I said, I don't know if you can see from this little painted glass, but this is an old lady. Okay.
It's cute as shit though, but the picture doesn't. The picture really, looking at her physical image, it really is a twist in your mind. Wow.
And she has been featured also her story has been featured on Crime Stories, Deadly Women, A Stranger in My Home, World's Most Evil Killers, and Worst Roommate Ever, which is a series that I highly recommend. I have not watched the other ones. And the audiobook that I listened to was excellent, called Buried Beneath the Boarding House by Ryan Green. And it's a simple, what I call a simple read. Like, a lot of the audiobooks that I listen to for these cases are very long. But this one, they broke everything down in perfect story order, which is what I like. Like, a lot of them will skip forward in time and back. And that's okay sometimes, but most of the time I particularly am fond of just story timeline order. That's what I like, not jumping back and forth.
Right.
Yeah.
So upon investigations and everything, they found remains at the boarding house, under concrete, under bushes,
flowers, under trees,
under foliage.
Yeah.
That she had grown on top.
What was the worst
There
thing?
was a map. There was a map that Lindsay showed me, and she's like, check this out. And then I'm like, what? There's people like underneath all these little spots. Like, and while they were digging it up, they found like pieces that look like beef jerky. And that just started breaking me. It was real bad.
Yeah, when I was listening to the audiobook, I was like, what? Yeah, so there's a lot of information in that case that I don't want to give everything away in the recap. So make sure you follow us.
Yeah.
Listen to our episodes. So drinkaboutSomething.site, Drink About Something Pod on Instagram, Drink About Something on Instagram, Drink About Something Pod at gmail.com.
Yeah. Hopefully they exhumed all of the improperly buried,
I hope that they were all taken
put
care
into
of.
some hallowed ground,
Yes.
Unlike some certain places that I may be talking about later on, but Lindsay, I'm not trying to tell you about things.
You need to shake that off. Jesse found some information on a case that he wanted to share with me. I didn't look it up yet because I have a little schedule. But he decided to look it up on his own, and he got invested.
Don't
broken.
Don't try to find your own thing to talk about podcasting on, because this is really breaking me, Lindsay. And it's coming out like, well, we're gonna do this. I don't know when we're gonna do this.
We can make it a bonus episode if you want.
This is gonna be a bonus Jesse one.
So we'll have extra content one week. We'll let you know in advance.
I'm sitting here right now. I don't know if I can even physically do this. I mean, okay. It's hard for me to read to begin with and be able to project all of that in a professional manner.
And he's so good at editing, he'll make it sound great no matter what.
But to do the research like Lindsay does week to week, and then I took her to a physical place today, and I was like, let's just do a little quick video. That's cool. It's shaking.
Oh, I see that.
I was
My
like,
legs are sweaty.
Let's just do a quick little video. As soon as we turned down the road to this place, it was like
the energy was so thick.
It was the hardest 1 minute drive up a dirt road I've ever had in my life. And then I pull up to this spot, and her and I are just like worst feeling we've ever had. I mean, it was insane. But we'll talk more about that later on. And I don't want I won't tell you too much either because I'm allowed to break you just the same as you do me, Lindsay.
Well, maybe we'll go ahead and record that one next week, and then it can be the following week's bonus
Like
episode.
a bonus thing.
That you can
coming
put out
soon.
on Thursday.
I better get my head in the right space because this is, I mean, I couldn't even rest earlier. And tired as I am right now after all the stuff we've done.
We'll just give you a little clue. It's about a cult, and I know how cults can really bring you down, like covering Jim Jones. And that's why I haven't done another one in a while.
You're probably going to see me all sobbing, dude, in the middle of this thing. I swear.
And we had to take breaks did a 4-parter on Jim Jones, and I had to take breaks and like boo-hoo in the corner for a minute.
I got up and had to walk away for twice, and it was rough.
And we had guests, and one of them had to do the same. He was like, I cannot. He's a veteran, and he could not listen to some of the audio clips that we played. But so basically, that's, recapped Dorothea. She did pass away at 82 years old at Chowchilla, California, and she was arrested. She was finally put to a stop, finally. But it took a long time, and she schemed and she drugged and she killed for a very long time. She is a serial killer for sure.
Yeah.
And she scammed, just absolute horrific crimes that you could never imagine a woman like her could do. Like, you just never know. You don't never know what's going on in your neighbor's house.
No, and in the public eye, it's all in good intention.
And this woman had social workers come into her house on the regular.
Oh, this place is nice. Look how nice
and
this
it was, like the nicest of boarding houses for people with, substance abuse problems, alcohol issues, mental health problems. It was the nicer of all of it. And this woman's record was out there. They knew about it's just crazy.
Yeah, but they were like, oh, she found Jesus. And the house is just nice, and everything's going to be nice for bringing in everybody.
She knew how to work the system, for sure.
Yeah. Throw a little religion in there on top of it, and then you're golden, right? You've reformed all of your badness. And it wasn't. It was worse and worse.
And make sure you guys look for our recap video from our weekend. We met some really cool people this weekend that we shared our podcast with and who shared stories with us.
Aren't you glad I'm the little social butterfly when it comes to the hot tub?
Hot tub, pool talk. We met some at Hollywood Studios. We met some at Epcot.
Yeah, if you're ever at the Irish bar.
And Skylar.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Hopefully they check this out too on their drive back.
Yes. A lot of them had
Mississippi, yeah.
Nope, they were New Jersey. The ones from Epcot. Brennan and Skylar.
They were from Jersey?
Yes. Oh my God, we've talked about this 5 times.
They were from Jersey. The other ones were from Choctaw, or not Choctaw. I keep saying Choctaw because I used to go to the Choctaw Fair in Mississippi. They're from Mississippi. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, well, we have one from Mississippi, one from North Carolina that we met.
Yeah, I met a dude that actually went to Fall River. He worked in Fall River doing EMS and firefighting in Fall River.
So shout out to all you guys that we met over the weekend. We gave you all cards, so hopefully. And they all said they were going to listen to us on the way home.
They better give us some feedback.
Yes, give us some feedback. Let us know what you guys thought. We appreciate y'all talking to us. We had a great time. It was a great weekend.
Stuff. I think you and I should get out and do more of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm the social, but Lindsay's like, all right, let's go to the hot tub. And me, I'm like, hey, how's it going? We do true crime podcasting.
Well, I talked about it too.
Yeah, but
I just have to have a little bit more liquid in me.
I strike up the convos. I'm the guy that either I'm giving you the and you walk away, or I'm giving you the and you're like the and then we're like you know.
Well, I could told him I'm the introverted extrovert, and he's just completely extroverted. Yeah, I have to warm up a little bit to be my blabbery self.
Yeah. I'm always game on.
I don't like to put pressure on people, and it's hard for me to say no to people. That's why I really didn't want to do that whole thing. Cause if I'd have been by myself,
we'd have been 12 grand a year in debt.
Just so I didn't have to let anybody down or feel uncomfortable.
Where do I sign? Okay, take my credit card. Okay. Let me sign. I told the dude right off rip. If you need any suggestions on those type things, when they're offering you something and you're like, I want to get out of this, I'll tell you how to do it.
Yeah. And then he acted all offended, like, well, why did you sit through this? I'm like, this dude offered us free stuff. That's why we sat through this, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I told him straight up. I mean, I know business.
Get a little
combative.
And I did not appreciate that. I was ready to go.
That's their job. I understand their job.
Well, I was about to say, my Uber's here. We got to go.
Yeah.
Like I literally almost said that.
Well, I mean, our whole background was, the guy that baited us in by giving us the free stuff was supposed to be an hour thing, hour 30.
It turned into 2.
And at 2 hours, I was like, I've gave you 30 more minutes. I'm not giving you any more time.
No.
Let's finish this up. Give me what you promised me.
Yeah, we're on vacation, man. I want to go.
And we had a good time. I mean, I'm sorry you had to go through that with me, Lindsay. But, hey, $250 an hour is not bad.
We got the free things with lots of discomfort and boredom. But that's okay. Yeah. We did it. I probably won't ever do it again. Jesse can do that by himself.
No, I value our time together more. I just, we had to do it. We're strong.
I'm not doing that again.
We're never. I'm still in deal. We're not doing it. We're not doing it again. No, I value our time more than dealing with that again. No.
In fact, when we go back, we unanimously say no.
Yeah, give me my parking pass and let me leave. Yeah. They baited us.
They baited us, giving us a parking pass to stay at the resort we rented for the weekend, which is owned by
a company,
pretty much shareholders.
They're trying to, but
they want you to buy into it. It's
Florida.
an inland limb.
That's Florida. That's
it's everywhere.
Well,
touristy.
Yeah. Orlando, we'll say.
But we're gonna let you guys know for now. Make sure you stay tuned tomorrow for our recap video on our vacay, and then Friday for a whole new episode, whole new serial killer with a whole new shot glass involved.
Another one, Lindsay. You have the Kemper one. I synced it. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well,
we recorded things out of order, so he already knows what it is.
Anyhow, yeah.
And then stay tuned for the recap on that. So, yeah.
And then stay tuned for the recaps on the recaps.
Right. Ed Kemper is coming up next. Thank you guys so much for joining us on TikTok. Thank you for watching on YouTube. We love you so much.
Yeah, share, like, subscribe. The things that people do, right? Yeah. The things we do for love.
The things we do for love. Well, and also the things we do for love.
Oh, not that one. Yeah. Brand the broken.
Brand the broken.
Wah, wah.
Sorry, we're nerd. All right, we love you. Bye.
Bye.
You gonna do that one?
I can't reach it.